here. My name is Eliana from Easy Tings. That's my channel. That's also my Instagram handle at Easy Tings. I'm so happy to have you here. Today I am doing a 2-week post-surgery update. So I did do pretty much every day for a week straight after the surgery, trying to give as much in-depth updates as possible. If you're new and you don't know what I'm talking about, I have stage 3 endometriosis. I was diagnosed with endometriosis 1 year ago, so in February of 2020. But I've been battling endometriosis for about 10 years. So ever since my first cycle when I was 12, I basically started having symptoms pretty soon at that point, and I've been battling it ever since, and it's just progressively gotten worse over the years. I never went to a gynecologist or gotten looked at until I was 18, and then when I was 20, I had my first laparoscopic diagnostic and excision surgery at the same time. So he went in to diagnose, and as he saw, he took out. I was at that point, he said, late stage 2, early stage 3. I don't know what that exactly means. I would assume that would mean, like, you know, it was pretty advanced stage 2. Maybe we could just say that. I don't know. But all I know is that I was pretty much in advanced stage 3 now. So I just had a surgery 2 weeks ago, exactly today, April 28th of 2021. I had a surgery, my second laparoscopic excision surgery. Laparoscopic means minimally invasive. So they make small incisions in your abdomen. They're pretty small, like an inch maybe. And they go in. There's a few. I have 4 incisions this time. I had 3 last time. And they go in and they use little tools and whatnot to look at what's going on, and then they will take things out. The first time my doctor said that he could have to use the robotic assistance, but they didn't. This time he did have to use the robotic assistance. I have stage 3, as I said, pretty advanced stage 3 it seems. Again, I haven't spoken to him yet. My post-op appointment will be on Friday, so I probably will attach what happens with that one, maybe to this one. We will see, to this video, because I think it's kind of goes together, the 2-week thing. And that'll explain a little better of exactly what's going on, but based off everything he said, that's where we're at. He said it was very deep inside, and it was a ton of endo everywhere, some cysts, and also in my nerves, like on my nerves. So he had to use the robotic assistance to deal with that sensitive stuff. Some nerve endings were cauterized. Again, I know it sounds like crazy, but like that's just like kind of what he does. So yeah, that was what I went through 2 weeks ago as of today. I had, like I said, updates about a week up until. During that surgery, they pump you with CO2 air. I still have a little bit of that in me. I know, just because of the feeling, you still feel a bit of that pain in the shoulder, and also just you can feel it, and it's still a little bloated, not just from air, but also from inflammation and swelling from just healing. And then also my hiccup burps. So I know there's still just a teensy bit, and there's still not too much like from when I first got out. So yeah, right now how I'm feeling is still recovering. Now, since the last time I spoke to you, some things have happened. So I took my mom to her surgery 1 week after my surgery. So when I did that, I wasn't really cleared to drive. I know it says in the thing that you could drive if you felt good enough. I didn't really feel good enough, but my mom needed somebody and I was gonna be there. So that like just wiped me out. Like I felt like I was pushed back 4 days of recovery because it was a lot. So not only just, I know it sounds really stupid, but it's also just those chairs and where you're sitting, how you're sitting. I feel like, you know, I don't know what it is, but it just agitated me. I had my heating pad with me the entire time, this trusty heating pad that I am so beyond glad that I bought. And I'm telling you, if you go back and watch my like what you need for an endometriosis surgery guide, this thing is like one of the #1 things that you need. I'm telling you, like, it is so good. It stays warm for so long. It's just so convenient. The fact that it's even semi-portable like it is just amazing. And I'm telling you, it cushions you, and it's just like a godsend. Like, I haven't even worn the seatbelt without this yet, and it's been 2 weeks. So, and not that I've gone many places, but I'm telling you, this has been a godsend. So then there was a circumstance, an occasion, an altercation that took place Friday, I believe. Today is Wednesday, so Friday of this past weekend, that I ended up straining myself really bad, where I just like tore my throat up all over again, and I really strained myself bad. I hurt myself just from everything that had happened, and I'm not going to get into it, but it wasn't good. So it's all good. Ryan was really concerned about me, and he was there for me and took care of me, but unfortunately, so with my surgery, my first time, I bled quite a decent amount. I mean, I bled for a month straight. There was a lot of factors to that. Not only was it surgery, but also I was constantly switching birth control pills. I wasn't on one consistently enough, and there was just like a lot of factors to that. So I bled for a month straight, and I was bleeding blue for probably half of that because of the dye. This time he did use the dye, but I never bled blue, so I was very confused by that. Maybe they were able to suck it all out, or I don't know. But I wasn't bleeding blue, but I was bleeding a little bit after surgery, like a very little bit, to the point that I was able to wear like my normal like panties that I would normally wear, not granny panties, and I felt like happy with that, with just like a panty liner. But then after I strained myself and all of that happened, I was immediately bleeding a ton, so I don't know if I opened up some stitches inside or what I did, but I was really concerned that I was like hemorrhaging because it was so much. I was very lightheaded. I was like very weak. I felt horrible. My ribs were really strained, and it was just like a whole thing. So after that, it was a Friday night into Sunday, Monday, yeah, until like Monday, I would say that I was bleeding a ton. So from like, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, like 3 days, just a ton, like more than I had ever bled in my whole entire life. Like this was not like, and it wasn't like menstrual, like I'm telling you, because there's a lot of ways that you could know if it's like menstrual. It just wasn't. It's gonna sound gross, but like smell wise, like you could tell that it wasn't that. Also the way it looked, the texture, like all those things, it was bright red, so like fresh, like there's a lot of factors that you can kind of tell. So I knew it wasn't like a period is what I'm trying to say. It was something different. So my initial plan of attack was to call my doctor Monday to let him know that I was concerned. But then on Monday, it started to seem like it was maybe slowing down a little bit. So that's when I was kind of like, well, maybe I could just like wait this out because I'm going to see him Friday. Maybe I should still call, I don't know. But it's definitely slowed down. But I still am going through that. So that's nice. But yeah, so there's that. That also set me back a whole bunch of days of recovery. It felt like I was just right back to a lot of pain and obviously bleeding and just, just strained. My throat was torn up. Now I did sound like this because my throat was torn up from that altercation. However, and just as a disclaimer, the altercation was not with Ryan, so don't worry. But he was there to be there for me, so don't worry. I was protected. But my throat did sound like this after the altercation. However, it doesn't sound like this because of that. Right now, here's the other update. I'm sickly, so that's great. I don't know if it's going to get worse than this. I'm really hoping not. I definitely do not feel good. My nephew was sick with croup, so no COVID here, nothing like that. Don't worry. It feels more like a cold right now. I mean, I feel pretty terrible, like in terms of just my throat was hurting. I felt like a very light kind of like just dry cough. It's not like really intense. It's just kind of like a little bit more than that, but you know what I mean. I'm not going to strain myself to cough because it hurts when I do, but and then I'm sneezing like a ton. So that's just like hurtful too. So you think about like your abdomen and you're sneezing and you're coughing, and it just, when you're trying to heal, it's like, can I get a break, So there's that. So yeah, I'm definitely not feeling great. So and it's not just the cold symptoms, it's just like how I overall feel. Just like kind of weak and tired and groggy and just like all of that. So that was nice. And then obviously it was Mother's Day Sunday. So on Friday there was an altercation. Saturday we saw some friends. Sunday was Mother's Day, so we saw both of our mothers. So I think about all those busy things going on, and then you think previous to that, so it was like, I mean, if you just paint the picture, Wednesday of 2 weeks ago I had my surgery. Then on Friday of that week I went, so 2 days essentially after my surgery, day after my surgery, I went out. And then on the day after that, did we do anything? I feel like we did do something. And then, oh yes, and then that Saturday we went out with Ryan's brother and his wife, and we went out to dinner to celebrate our engagement. Then on that Sunday, we went back to his family's place because Ryan wanted to help them hang up some lights. So all of it happened over the span of my first week of recovery. So I literally had Thursday to recover, if you think about it. And then Monday, Tuesday, I was able to kind of relax. Then Wednesday, my mom's surgery. Thursday, kind of relax. Friday, altercation. Saturday, went out with friends. Sunday, Mother's Day. Monday, I was able to relax a little bit. Yesterday, I was able to relax a little bit. And now we're here today. So that was my 2 weeks of recovery, packed full of a million things, with just a few days in between to recover, some of which I've been trying to clean, some of which we've had to get groceries, some of which, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just been kind of crazy. So yes, that's in my 2 weeks of recovery. Like I said, where I'm at right now, I still feel some pain. I feel it in my bladder. If I go pee, there's sometimes it hurts worse than others for some reason. I am still bleeding a little bit, not horrible as it was, but a little bit. And I'm sick, so I have a headache. My eyes are itchy, my ears are sore, my nose, my throat, my cough, all that. And then on top of all of this, I am going through menopause, so that's great. I'm taking Orlissa, which is literally puts you through menopause. I'm sorry, I'm just fixing my tank top. But yeah, so I'm going through menopause on top of this, which I started Thursday, I believe. I believe it was Thursday. Yeah, I believe it was Thursday of this past week. So it's not even been a week yet. It's been just about a week maybe. And I'm taking progesterone on top of it, which is supposed to help combat some of the symptoms of the menopause, the Orlissa. So I'm taking both of those, but I definitely still feel the heat flashes and the emotions. I literally cannot watch a movie without crying for some reason, which, you know what, I'll take it. It's okay. I'm there's just so many things, bro. There's so many things. But yeah, so I'm going through that, and that's not fun. I definitely will do more of an in-depth talk about Orlissa since this is now my second time taking it, but I want to give it a little more time than just a week before I talk about it. But I do feel it. I feel the emotions. I feel the mood swings. I feel they're mostly more just like from being kind of happy to just being emotional about something, you know, and maybe a little bit cranky over dishes. I'm telling you, the dishes are just, I can't. If I see the dishes piled up, I'm losing it. It just like drives me crazy. Especially because it's like, we'll be there for days unless I do it. So yeah, but, and then also last night, I will say there was a very interesting experience that I had, and I don't know what it was from. Now, this may be TMI, maybe not, I don't know, but just bear with me, because maybe you know what I'm talking about, and maybe you can help me here. So I don't know if this is endo related. I don't know if this is medicinal, like from my medicine. I don't know if this is stress, anxiety related. I don't know if this is from the NyQuil. Like there are so many things like that this could be, but I definitely would like to hear some suggestions here, because this was a very strange experience that I had never had before. So I need to get all comfortable for this conversation. So what had happened was, what happened was I was, well, both me and Ryan are sick. So it was our first time. We're like, you know, let's just take some NyQuil. Let's try to just relax and go to bed. It was not very late. Ryan fell asleep around like, 10:30 to 11. I was still up. I was watching some YouTube videos, just chilling, letting the NyQuil do its thing. I was waiting because I needed to take my progesterone, and I took everything off time just because there was a lot going on, so I just missed it. Usually I take my endo. I take my endo. No, I don't. I take my Oralisa at 8 p.m. and then I take my progesterone at 10 p.m. I need to ask my doctor if there's like, if I can take them together. Like, I don't know. So I just was trying to stagger it a little bit because I'm not for sure. I just know they said take progesterone at night on an empty stomach, and then Oralisa, just, you could take it morning or night, but I figured I like to do things more in the same realm of time just because it's easier with scheduling wise. So that's what I was doing. But I missed it, so I took my Oralisa at 10:30, and was going to try to take my progesterone at midnight, and I would have taken a little bit later to do like the 2-hour span, but I was trying to go to bed because I took the NyQuil. Now anyways, that's enough rambling about that. But I was laying here and my stomach was hurting like really, really bad, like really, really bad, and I don't know why. Like, it was just like it hit me, and it wasn't just like the recovery pain, it was like stomach pain, like maybe bathroom pain. So that's where I go to try to go and see what's going on, and I'm, going whatever, and then all of a sudden I get hit with not only like really bad pain, but this nausea, like to the point that I was like, oh no, like I'm like reaching for the garbage can because I think I'm gonna like puke, and then I get hit with like, I am gonna pass out, like no joke, I'm passing out. Hello. I knew I heard something. He's playing with his little ball and a track thing. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, so I get hit with this like, oh no, I'm gonna pass out. Like, I'm not kidding. You know how you feel like, oh, I might pass out, like you're kind of dizzy or lightheaded, whatever. This was like the real deal. Like, I barely could make it to the sink, and I couldn't see. Literally, I had no vision from the bathroom to in here, and I literally couldn't hear. And I knew I was going, like, it just was, like, all happening. So I, like, Ryan, like, I'm gonna pass out. And then I was, like wavering, and he jumps up, and he just, like, grabs me, and he's like, what's going on? Like, he just, like, was trying to just, like, get me orange juice and all that stuff. And I'm like, I hear wind chimes. Like, I know it sounds so weird, but my hearing was strange. I couldn't hear, but I was hearing this, like, high-pitched frequency that reminded me of wind chimes. And I, like, couldn't see. And I was so, like, it was, like, it was such a fast process where if I had stood up for any longer than I was going down. But I still felt like it was happening. It was very weird, but I was like literally going to pass out. Now, again, could it have been NyQuil? I don't know. Never had that experience before, so I don't think it's the NyQuil. Oralisa, progesterone. Ryan was looking it up. He said that they both can make you dizzy, but the thing is I was not dizzy when this happened. I was nauseous, in pain, and then hit with like, I can't see, I can't hear, I'm gonna pass out. And then the dizziness and lightheadedness started. So it was a very strange thing. So I don't think it was that. He was saying like, maybe you need to eat, whatever. And I'm like, well, I did just eat. I just had some strawberries. What else did I have? I had like an apple. I had, you know what I mean? Like, I had eaten things. I wasn't like, I literally had just eaten like strawberries like 20 minutes before this happened. So I was like, I mean, I'm not hungry, and I did just nibble on something. Like, it was like, I had like 6 strawberries, which I know it's not a crazy amount, but I had dinner, and I just was eating like a little night snack. So I wasn't like starving or anything. I had breakfast, I had dinner, I had like some snacks throughout the night. Like, I wasn't starving, I ate something. So I didn't think it was the food problem. So I don't know. Menopausal, I don't know. But again, when that relate back to medicine, I don't know. Let me know if you've ever, is this endo related? I don't know. Let me know if you've ever experienced this, because again, it seems to be, without being TMI, it seems to be kind of related to that bathroom situation I was going through and the pain, and then this nausea that hit me, and then it was like, I'm gonna pass out. Like, I seriously was like, it was bad. And I've said that for like, oh, I'm gonna pass out, like you feel dizzy. Again, it was like actually like this was gonna happen to me. Like, I don't know how I just like laid back and was able to slowly like get back and breathe and just like come back somehow. I don't know, but I was able to be okay. But it was very weird, and I didn't feel like I was, it was overexhaustion or anything, because like I've been sleeping in quite a bit, so I don't feel like I got 1 hour of sleep every single night and I'm gonna pass out from overexhaustion, being overexhausted or something. It wasn't like that. I don't know. Please let me know if you've ever experienced this in relation to surgery. I was thinking maybe blood loss, but the only reason why I was kind of like, I don't know, is because it kind of slowed down yesterday. So I felt like maybe not, but could it be a build-up effect? Like if you lose that much over so many days, could it hit you the next day? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, you know, like I don't know the full scope of everything, but that's just like literally where I'm at right now. My left rib cage is still sticking out farther than my right rib cage, which is weird because I don't have as much air really. I don't know. My incisions are sore and they itch. My whole stomach really itches. And my bladder is very, very sore on the inside. I can feel it. I'm very tender still and just like achy, like my back hurts and my shoulders still feel a little bit of that pain from the air. It's very minimal. I don't know why I still feel it, but it's just, I do. Now, I would assume that most people at this point would, I mean, I definitely feel like I was at a decent point at this point physically last time. But again, there's a lot that's been happening. So I will say that I do think all of these things that have been happening are factors, you know, between driving, altercations, you know, being at the hospital with my mom for, you know, so many hours and just having a whole day like that and running around Walmart and just, there's a lot of things that have happened. I've been doing it, have just been, I think, unfortunately wiping me out and pushing me back so that I'm not fully able to get to where I maybe should be at this point. So there's that, but I'm definitely trying. And then it's like the same thing, like today I have 2 tests, like I said, I need to like jump on and do that, and I have a final exam. And then Thursday I can relax a little, which is nice, but I have a lot that I want to do, so it's going to be kind of hard to really relax, you know what I mean? And then for for Friday and Saturday, we're going to be celebrating my little sister's birthday with her. So it's the same thing. It's going to be like kind of a run around, kind of a go, kind of a like, you know, busy type of thing. So just a lot. So, and then again, Friday is my post-op appointment and I will get more answers and I hope I can get pictures and I hope I can show all of that. I think that would be good to show and share like as much as, you know, I can, and give you more of a synopsis of what he says and just all that good stuff. So I'm going to quickly show you what my stomach looks like so you get an idea. But let me show you what these incisions in my stomach looks like so you get an idea of the progress from surgery day to 2 weeks. Alright, don't make fun of my outfit. I know I look a little goofy. Let me show you. Ow. Oh, and that's the other thing. The steri strips are still on. So there's that too. They have not fallen off. Sorry, I'm trying to like get this down a little bit better. It's granny panties, so I'm not trying to be like inappropriate, but I'm not wearing anything crazy. So I hope you can even see. I hope it's like bright enough, but this is what we're looking like. As you can see, we're definitely like way, way better than we were when we first got out, but still not 100%. Like, you know your body, you know like what, you know, it looks like and everything. So that's that. As you can see, I'll give you a better close-up. I don't know if you can see this, like, let me like lower it a little bit. This like strange coloring here is bruising around all of them. I guess there's a little bit of glue too, but it's like bruising. Maybe it's glue. Oh my god. You know why I'm confused is because I had bruises that, maybe it's glue. I had bruises that actually followed this pattern that were like purple and like that greenish color. So I was thinking that these were bruises, but I guess that's just the glue. So I guess we have glue that's stuck here. Oh crap, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Oh man, I need to sit down. I'm sorry. Sorry guys, I went to lay down because I felt like I was gonna pass out. So I'm trying to just show you what everything looks like. I thought these were bruises, but they're glue, and I'm sorry that I like scammed you. I thought these were bruises the entire time, especially because they're so tender. But it's glue, so that's good to know. It's not like bruising, because I was like, those are weirdest bruises ever, but it's glue. But yeah, that's what we're looking like. I'm telling you, something strange about this pass out feeling, and I need to get to the bottom of this, so I'm sorry to cut this so short, but I just wanted to show you what everything's looking like. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I just got done cleaning, so sorry if I look crazy, and I've been just so exhausted, I don't know why, but I didn't have my 2-week post-op appointment today. I had it actually Friday, so it was a few days ago. Today is Wednesday, I think? I believe, I'm not sure. I love how I don't know the date. It's Wednesday. Anyways, so I wanted to give an update on the post-op appointment and attach it to the 2-week update that you'll see before this part. I will show you my stomach again, just because now that the steri strips are off, you can see what the wounds look like. Don't worry, there's no scabbing, there's nothing like that. It looks pretty much just like a regular scar, just with a little discoloration around from the residual glue that is just like so hard to get off. But anyways, I went to the appointment and my doctor said everything was good, so, which is good. Nothing came back like normal from the pathology or anything like that, which the first surgery, if you remember from my other videos, I mentioned that negative stuff had come back. So this time there was nothing like that. My doctor did mention that he is pretty certain that I have interstitial cystitis, which is a disease of the bladder, which is when you have to go to the bathroom like all the time, like pee, you have to pee all the time, like every half hour, every hour. You wake up in the middle of the night to go, inflammation inside the bladder, all that kind of stuff, which he did see that in the bladder or within the bladder, all that. I don't exactly know everything that he viewed, but he said that the bladder was really bad and very inflamed. And then when I explained the things I've been going through for years, he was like, yeah, I'm pretty certain that that's what you have. I do think you have to do some sort of test to officially, like, you know, diagnosed at 100%, but we're still going to treat me as though I have it because that's what I'm going through. So I've had that problem for years. It's gotten worse over the years, but it's been like something that I've dealt with for a long time. He said it's very common with endometriosis. They're just like something that you'll see together all the time, so not like super abnormal with endometriosis. So the plan, as I've mentioned before, is to take Orlissa for 6 months. Then I saw in his notes that he would like to do a progesterone only birth control after that, or IUD. I don't know if I really want the IUD. I would probably prefer the birth control, just because I don't exactly know when I want kids and I don't want to have to worry about getting that removed or anything. So I just think it would be better to do like a birth control. So we'll do that after the Orlissa and the progesterone that I'm on right now, after 6 months, because you can only take it for so long because of your bones. It can affect that if you take it for too long. So I'm assuming that maybe every year, so it'd be like 6 months on, 6 months off, 6 months on, 6 months off. I'm assuming that that's probably what he's going to want to do. I don't really know yet. I'm just kind of focusing on everything right now. I have made a whole list of things that I need to get done and need to get in order to help myself with the natural side of the endometriosis, like attack plan that I have, in terms of supplements and different things I need to purchase in order to start that journey. And then during our next shopping trip, I'll be trying to follow some meal plan type of ideas that should also help me. The main thing here when it comes to like endometriosis diet is, or anti-inflammatory diet, but specifically endometriosis, is to steer clear of wheat mainly, but gluten really is another one. Wheat is you always hear about gluten, but wheat is more important to stay away from than gluten if you're endometriosis. So I'm staying away from both, you know, just because they are so hand in hand a lot of times, so it's just easier to stay away from both. However, there are some products that don't contain gluten that contain wheat that I also stay away from. Dairy is a big one, but soy, you want to stay away from soy. That's what, again, these are all things I've read and researched, so, you know, it's maybe better if you do your own research, but those are just some things. Also, just lowering your sugar intake is a huge one. Basically anything that, because having your blood sugar go up and down throughout the day, which I realized, well, I didn't realize for a long time that was what was happening to me. I just craved sugar all the time, and because I was so tired and I just was craving a pick-me-up and coffee and caffeine with sugar and all that kind of stuff, and it just crashing and all that horrible blood sugar just up and down every single day. And I'm still, I think because, I mean, during the surgery, I just wasn't really cooking homemade meals, and there was just like, I was just kind of eating what I wanted because I felt bad. Like I felt like I was sitting in bed and I just want to have what I wanted, you know? So I think I'm like really recovering from that. Of course, no gluten, but I did have a little bit more dairy than normal. Again, dairy is something that, again, it's every person's different. It's not like a wheat situation or a gluten situation where it's like you should definitely stay away from that if you have endometriosis, but you do want to have it in moderation or try to cut it out as much as possible, which is kind of what I do. I pretty much don't have it. I'm just saying, I want to go back to the appointment, I'm sorry. He actually did the full like pap smear, which I wasn't expecting. I was kind of like, it's too soon, I'm not ready for this. And I went in there with my steri strips still on. I had to wait a long time to see him, but once I did, he wanted to do the full thing. So we did that, and he was really pleased because he had so much more like movability than before. So that just shows that, you know, things are loosened up and freed up, which is like super awesome. Like that makes me feel happy to know that that's better. And then like I said, we talked about the bladder. We talked about our plan of attack with the Orlissa and the progesterone. My ribs, the left side, he said that it's nothing to worry about, like that side that was sticking up more, it'll be fine. He said there's a lot of inflammation from the incision around that area as well, so it has felt a lot better than it was. The right side hasn't bothered me for a while, but it's the left side. I'm still like cautious, you know, like everything I do, I'm still just like cautious, but I am cleaning, I am moving about, I am getting things done. I'm just not trying to like overdo it. He said I could work out lightly in 2 weeks, so from 2 weeks from the appointment. So, you know, after next week or whatever, I could potentially start, you know, working out more, and that's exciting to me. Just start off slow just because, you know, just to be extra careful. And it's not necessarily you're gonna hurt anything, it's more about just you and just like taking it slow for you, especially after being out for a month doing nothing, you know, just sitting down, I'm gonna be a lot more out of shape. So, you know, it was a good appointment. There was nothing too much to worry about. I was really happy to hear that. Other than he just said it was really deep. It was the nerves, the bladder. He said he literally skinned the bladder because it was just so bad. There was stuff on the ovaries. There was just like so much. So he said it was a lot, stage 3, like, you know, all that kind of stuff. But he did say that my fertility didn't seem to be affected or anything. Like he did the dye, which I know, like in my 1 week of updates, I'm back and forth with so many things because I'm confusing myself and forgetting things and all over the place. But officially, I'm stage 3. It was really deep. It was in the nerves. He did use the dye. I just didn't bleed blue, so I don't know why. I don't know the situation with that, but it's all good. And I mentioned to the occasion where I was upset and I started bleeding and all that kind of stuff, and he said, you know, it's possible it's just an agitated stuff that was healing, but that all slowed down and was fine, so that's good. But yeah, I haven't like bled or anything. I'm feeling like pretty normal-ish, I guess. Still just like that confidence thing, you know, you're just waiting for your body to fully go back to itself. And you know, and the biggest thing of how I've been feeling right now is just like I've been so exhausted. Like I don't even know what it is. I feel more exhausted now than I did, you know, post-surgery. Like I literally cannot get enough sleep. It is just driving, and I can't fall asleep. It's taking me a while. I don't know if, again, this could be the Orlissa thing, the menopause thing. I don't know 110%. My body is just adjusting to a lot of things, so it could be something like that. I'm literally not able to fall asleep till 4 or 5 in the morning, and I'm literally sleeping in so late, and it's just like disgusting. Also, I've lost about 6 pounds since the surgery. I think that's common. I think after surgery it's common to potentially lose weight. I don't know, don't quote me on that. I think that that's not super abnormal, just because your body is going through so much, your eating habits are different, and you know, I don't know, there's just a lot going on. So that's just another thing that I noticed. Pain wise, I don't feel like, you know, overarching pain. If I do a lot, if I'm cleaning all day, if I'm on my feet, I do notice I'm a little more sore in the stomach area at the end of the night. And then there's just like little moments of pain, which it's like either it's still healing pain or it's endo pain, but I don't want to say it's endo pain because it just all got taken out. So if that came back in 1 week, I'm gonna scream. But that is what happened after my other surgery. It came back like that. So I'm just trying to stay positive and just tell myself, you're still healing, you're still healing. I'm not trying to be like, you know, oblivious and stupid, you know, ignorant to what could be really going on, but I'm trying to not like worry myself, you know, like, and probably still just healing. Like, you have to understand it's a big deal. It wasn't like it was some little teeny little thing you did. There was a lot of stuff. Yeah, I just noticed, like, it's just, it's like I said, there's like this feeling of like a cautiousness that you feel. At least that's how I am, where you just still don't move to your full like extent. And yeah, I'm still just using my heating pad because I've been so used to it for the past like 3 weeks. I've been using it for the healing, so I've been just using it still. I've always used heating pads pretty much every night anyways. It's like weird for me not to. I think my back too has been like so sore from sleeping. Is still something that's hard for me. I just can't get comfortable. So then my back kind of hurts because I'm just like in weird positions, and I think walking over hunched over for 2-3 weeks really doesn't do well for your back either. But I've always had really bad shoulder and neck pain, and I'm definitely trying to manage through that as well. Something else that was different that I didn't realize happened during the surgery, he used a Foley catheter. I didn't know that. Which it made sense because after the surgery down there was a little sore. It wasn't, I didn't have burning, I didn't have anything like that. It was just like a soreness, you know? And my thought was like, oh, well, they have to do the air. Like, I don't know why I thought they did the air from there, which doesn't make sense, right? But all of that was just kind of sore. And I remember that from the first surgery too. But see, the thing is I never read any of my stuff. I didn't know how to access any of my stuff in my first surgery. Now I do. Now I'm going through and reading and looking at everything. And don't worry, I'm going to do a very, very in-depth first surgery experience and second surgery experience, 2 separate videos, because they're going to need their own separate videos. I want to not only walk you through like literally step by step what happened the whole way through, but I want to show you the pictures that I have. I want to explain the doctor's notes. I want to explain just everything and the difference between the two, even recovery wise. So I will do like a full thing, and I think it'll be really good. Like I said, I will show up some pictures that I will of course warn in the description that there will be pictures and things like that, because I don't want anybody to see anything or be triggered by anything that is too much for them, because I know like there's certain things that are too much for me, you know, like, so even on my other, like my surgery video and my update videos, I did put in the description, like, you know, explaining what is in this, and just to beware. Again, there hasn't been like any blood or anything like that. It's just if you're especially sensitive to hospitals and like all that kind of stuff, or like conversations about surgery and stuff, that I definitely want to make sure that I put that out there, which I will do for those videos as well. But I do want to do those 2 videos, and then on top of that, I want to do an even more in depth, like literally what to expect from your surgery, like step by step, now that I've gone through the second time and remember everything that, again, I forgot stuff from the first surgery that I forgot for the second surgery because I didn't remember. So now I literally have like the most in-depth, like I really can give you the best information possible for what to expect, what to wear, what to bring, what worked for me, what didn't, recovery wise, just everything. I know like I might repeat some things, but like it's so important for me to have like such a whole well-rounded, like complete scope of all this stuff, and make sure I capture as much as, like literally as much as possible. I know some things are going to be repeated, but just bear with me because I know that there's somebody out there who needs this. Like, I know, and who knows, they're not going to watch every single one of my videos. If they click on one, I want them to get as much information in that one as possible. So anyways, or you, if you know, but yeah, I know this is a 2-week post-op appointment update. That's what I'm trying to explain here, but I'm ranting off topic. Yeah, so that's just kind of how it went. Again, it was great. Like I said, the 2 experiences I had from surgery 1 to this one is so different. Post-op appointments included, recovery included, like literally so different, and I just can't wait to really explain it and give you the best like overview, because I think it'll be really helpful and informational and educational. So, and like I said, this stuff I'm so passionate about because I just think it's so important, and there's like just not enough about this. And I know from my own trying to research and get information and get help, like there's just not enough, and I want to be able to give as much as I can. And I'm one person, like I can't capture it all, but I want to capture my experience the best that I can, because maybe it can help, you know. So anyways, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to show you my belly. Steri strips are off, so I just want you to see what the wounds look like now that they are you know, a little bit, like there's no steri strips, and you'll see kind of what they look like. So let me show you that. All right. Hopefully you can see. I'm really hoping you could see. Like I said, there's a little discoloration. There's still some glue that's trying to, you know, do its thing. Again, it's like so hard to really show well. Belly button, and then these two over here. And then in terms of like bloating or anything, I would say I'm pretty much, sorry, I'm like, I suck at this. I would say I'm like pretty much back to normal. Maybe there's a little bit of inflammation still in the bladder, and not just by looks, but how I feel. I mean, I'm not like, you know, sucked in. This is just pretty normal for me. So, yeah, this is kind of what it's looking like in terms of any bloating or anything. Now, today is exactly 3 weeks since the surgery. So I just want you to see, you know, what you're looking at 3 weeks. And again, I just want to make sure you can see like how small. So again, this guy is the new one, the newest little like fella. I never had anything on this side. This one actually feels a little more raised to me. This is an old scar. I don't know if you can really see. I may have to like mess with the lighting for you to see better. Maybe if I go over here, let's see if this could help at all. I don't know. I'm really trying, y'all. This is like, I have no room. Okay, let's see if I can show you here. So, this right here is an old scar from the first surgery. It looks like he went in through the same one here. My previous surgery, he went through the same scar here, and then this one is a new one. The belly button he went through twice. So he went through that one the first surgery and now the second surgery. I don't know if you can really see. You can tell there's a little bit of like, you know, glue and stuff in there. And then again, this is another new guy. So we have two of the newest ones are like here, so they were never ever touched. This one is an old one, this one's the same one, and then this one is the same one as well. So that's what we're looking like. Ribs wise, this one definitely feels a little bit better. You can still, I don't know if you can really tell, but there's like still some inflammation right in here that is still a little painful and like tender. Not like painful, but just like tender, you know? But ribs wise, I wouldn't say that anything's really sticking out too much more. Maybe this side just, not really. I would say it's pretty good, which I'm really happy about. So that's how it looks. I am able to wear normal clothes and not have to worry about like, I am able to wear normal clothes and not worry about like anything really pulling or hurting it because it doesn't really hurt. So that's really good. I haven't worn the wrap in a while, I would say. Like I said, I still use a heating pad just for other aches and pains, but also just it gives me support at night. Like I like to put it under here when I'm laying on my side. It just helps me to feel like better, you know, whatever's gonna help you feel better, you know. If I feel like I need the wrap, I will bring that baby right back out because I am not playing around. Like if I think I need it, I'm gonna bring it. Like even we have next week we're going on like a little road trip type of thing, and then we're gonna do some hiking. I think it's mostly just walking through trails, I'm hoping, but I think I'm gonna bring the wrap just for my own peace of mind. I don't care if it's like what anybody says, like that's just like what, like I said it before, it doesn't really matter. I think I'm gonna bring it just in case I feel like I need that extra support as I'm doing something like more physical than I have done in a while. So I'm gonna bring it just for my own peace of mind. I may wear it, I may not, but it's better to have it than to not, you know? So anyways, I just want to give you that little update, let you know that the post-op appointment was good, everything looked good. I may or may not have the interstitial cystitis. I'm pretty positive, he's pretty positive I do. We just would need a diagnosis to completely confirm it. He did order another medicine that I will be taking that should line the inside of the bladder, kind of with like a mucousy membrane type of thing that'll help suppress and help the inflammation, I believe, suppress your urgency and whatnot. So that would be really amazing because I do have to pee like constantly and it's really, really terrible. And I get with what I always call pee belly, which I know is really gross and funny at the same time. But if I don't go pee within, you know, over an hour or two maybe, I get like this, just my bladder is full and it looks crazy. So I always call it pee belly, because that's what happens. Like if we're out and I don't get a chance to go to the bathroom and I'm literally like, oh my god, like that's how it is. I have to pee so bad all the time and I can't stand it. So that medicine that he sent in for me that I should be picking up soon should hopefully help with that. We'll see. But yeah, everything is pretty good. You know, it's still just getting through. Like I said, I still have some minor, you know, healing pains in the ribs and just around. And you know, like I said, I'm not trying to go like overboard, do too much, but I still am just trying to clean and get through life, you know. So that is the update, and like I said, look forward to some surgery like experience, full on, really in depth, because I know I explained some things in those updates, but I was super dazed and I really want to show you pictures and go through the whole thing with you. So that's what I'm gonna do. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.